reunited. In today's programme, from Britain to the battlefield, one woman's mission to rescue war-zone refugees.
Well, basically, I came in to bring medicines, but I found there's a lot of sick children, wounded children in different villages around, places that are almost completely cut off, and they're being shelled daily.
Life saved, sight restored. The girl who's waited 16 years to say thank you.
You're an angel. Yes, you are. I'm so happy to see you.
The sun in his jealous sky as we walk in fields of gold.
In the early 90s, the fall of communism in Eastern Europe led to a series of vicious conflicts. The former Yugoslavia split into 6 separate states, with ethnic groups fighting each other for territory. The war in Bosnia was especially brutal.
In this position, the Bosnians are only 15 feet from their Croat enemies.
Everything they've suffered since the war started has made one essential fact very clear. If they're going to survive, it's down to them. Nobody is going to come to the rescue.
When Sarajevo, home to 250,000 Muslims, came under fierce attack from Serb militias, the TV pictures outraged viewers around the world. They included a young artist from Brighton named Sally Becker. She contacted the United Nations and later that year advertised for volunteers who'd be willing to join a convoy taking medical equipment to Bosnia.
I thought, well, okay, you know, the opportunity's there. I'm up for it, I'll go and do it. It was just a chance to take part in something worthwhile.
We had a new ambulance which we were given to take, but we were told not to come back with bullet holes in it by the chief.
Thanks to an intensive media campaign, Sally's ambitious plan caught the public's imagination. In just 6 weeks, she found over 250 volunteers, plus a convoy of 57 ambulances and trucks. The aim, to get aid to the war-torn Bosnian city of Mostar.
On the 10th of December 1993, which was World Human Rights Day, we all gathered on Brighton seafront. There were 250-something volunteers. It was one of the most amazing days of my life.
But soon after the convoy set off, problems developed. Vehicles broke down. Arguments broke out. Sally's own inexperience led to criticism.
Some of the vehicles had obviously been overloaded. So there was a big kerfuffle, a big airing of views about how well the convoy had been organised, this, that and the other. All of it was basically down to people that just hadn't prepared properly and thought it through.
Of course, I'm no professional. I'd never led such a big convoy before, and there were all kinds of hold-ups and problems en route.
But when they finally arrived in Mostar, those problems were quickly forgotten. They found civilians in desperate need of food, blankets and medicines. And they found themselves in constant danger. Brian had a close shave with a sniper's bullet.
There was this noise as it went past, must have been within a few feet, and instantly knew that what it was, that it was a round going past me.
Sally put herself in even greater jeopardy. She travelled into the besieged east side of the city, where the UN took her to 48 badly injured civilians. She then took them out of the city to her convoy, waiting on the outskirts.
I was so relieved to get out in one piece, and then suddenly, there was this circle of ambulances from Britain, and the patients that I'd fought so hard for were being carried from the UN vehicles into the ambulances, and I knew that at last they were safe, and it was the most incredible moment.
The volunteers drove the casualties to an airport where they were flown away for urgent treatment. 48 lives saved, £1 million worth of medical aid delivered.
I blame you for the moonlit sky and the dream that died with the eagle's flight. I blame
Sally's operation created worldwide headlines. she was dubbed the Angel of Mostar, but she still insists that others should share the credit.
Without the volunteers, that mission would never have happened. It couldn't have happened. I couldn't possibly have gone to all those places. I couldn't possibly have evacuated all those people. The fact that so many people are alive today is thanks to them.
The aid mission may not always have run smoothly, but it ended successfully. And more than 2 decades on, Sally is meeting up with some of her fellow aid workers.
Well, having never really seen any of the volunteers since, I've never known how they felt about the mission. I think a lot could have been done better, and I agree, I'm first to criticise myself. I was a terrible convoy leader. But hopefully they realised that, I was just one person trying to do something.
The reunion is taking place at the Brighton Hotel from where the convoy set off in 1993.
Now I'm feeling nervous. I wish they'd hurry up. Hope I'll know them. But the question is, will they recognise me 21 years on?
Ex-volunteer Andy certainly does.
Hello, Sally.
Hello.
God, it's so nice to see you.
As does former ambulanceman Brian.
Hello, Sally.
Hello, mate. God, yeah.
Along with a third volunteer, Gordon Bushell. In the years since the mission, he's developed severe osteoporosis.
Wow.
Hello, you.
I've got so many memories from that week we spent together.
When the convoy set off in 1993, Gordon was interviewed by a TV news crew.
All of these guys, and the women too, obviously, are doing this job unpaid. Let's start.
You were losing your hair there.
I know I was losing my hair there, yeah, but...
I've got 2 children at home that we've bought presents for. They're going to have a real good Christmas when we get back. They're not going to have a Christmas at all out in Bosnia, so it's just going out to help them all.
The only one that doesn't look any different is Sally.
No chance of evacuation.
Wow, I've never seen this.
That's the convoy coming back with their casualties, yeah.
The evacuation would have been impossible.
This is where it looked like a wagon train thing in a western, wasn't it? All in a circle.
All in parts in the compounds, yeah.
In Bosnia, as soon as possible.
Were you pleased with what we achieved while we were out there?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I've never forgotten it, and it spurred me on to do so much more. I'm so grateful that you guys joined me.
Well, say thank you for putting that appeal out. Yeah. We were so grateful to be able to be part of the team that went out there.
The disagreements that dogged the mission are long forgotten. What remains is a sense of pride at what they achieved.
Can I ask you something? If you were all well, and I said to you, right, we're going to do it again,
I'll jump at the chance.
Would you?
I would.
We go.
I thought you might say that. It was quite a big mission, and it took its toll, no doubt. And none of them really knew if they'd even get back safely. So to say they'd take that risk again is really something.
As for Sally, she did take that risk again, this time in war-ravaged Kosovo. Coming up, the girl she evacuated to safety finally gets the chance to thank her.
It's lovely to see you.
It's lovely to see you
You
too.
look amazing.
By 1998, fighting in the former Yugoslavia had spilled into Kosovo, where Serb nationalists were attacking ethnic Albanians. Thousands were killed or driven from their homes. Volunteer aid worker Sally Becker had achieved fame for her relief efforts in Bosnia 5 years earlier. Now she was on a new mission, to help people in besieged villages.
Well, basically, I came in to bring medicines, but I found there's a lot of sick children, wounded children in different villages around, places that are almost completely cut off, and they're being shelled daily.
They knew that the villages were going to be overrun very soon. They were already surrounded, and they'd been hit by countless shells. Staying put meant the locals faced a potential massacre.
a number of families asked Sally to lead them across the mountains to the safety of Albania.
It was very, very steep in parts. At times we would carry the children because the mule couldn't keep its footing. It was really hard.
Hard and dangerous. Serb paramilitaries were everywhere, but Sally pressed on. Among those she led on the trek was 3-year-old Marigona Krasnicki, who was suffering from severe cataracts and on the verge of blindness.
She was there to help many people. She was helping many people there. And yeah, one of them, it's me.
With the border and safety just a few miles away, Sally and the refugees suddenly came under attack from Serb paramilitaries. Marigona and her mother ran for their lives.
You're gonna die. You knew that. I'm gonna die now, but I don't know where we got the strength to run away.
Sally shielded her family beneath a tree as the bullets hit the branches above their heads.
The baby was screaming, "Mama, Mama." It was just awful. It was really, really bad that we were just going to be killed. I decided that I had to risk standing up and calling out. And suddenly it all went quiet.
By standing up, Sally showed the Serbs she was unarmed, and her gamble paid off. They arrested her and the family, but spared their lives.
I can say that she is an angel, because we don't have many people in this world that would die to help someone live. You know, she was there in war with us. She could have been dead now.
Sally was sentenced to 30 days in a Serbian prison. Once released, she met up with a fellow aid worker and tried to trace Marigona and the others from whom she'd been separated. They found them in a refugee camp in Albania, among thousands of Kosovans who'd been terrorized out of their homes.
I was amazed how many children were in the camp and the appalling conditions they were living in. How people can live like that, it just makes you cry. And actually, I had tears in my eyes when I saw the way these people were living. It was unbelievable.
Marigona was flown back to the UK, where Sally found a top eye specialist to perform the surgery needed to save the 3-year-old's sight.
We had to act quickly because with Marigona at that age, a cataract can lead to permanent sight loss. I wanted to help her regain her sight so she could really, really enjoy life.
The operation was a success. Marigona's sight was saved. After recovering in Brighton, she returned to her family in Albania. She hasn't seen Sally since then, but has always remained grateful to the woman she calls her guardian angel.
The gift that Sally gives me, it's seeing this beautiful world and living the life. If I was blind, there wouldn't be a life like this, you know. I would always have something stuck in my heart, like, how does this world look like and how does my family look like?
16 years later, and Marigona is about to fulfill a long-held wish. She's travelled to the UK to thank the woman who saved her life and the surgeon who saved her sight.
It's really one of my dreams since I was a little girl, to meet Sally one day, and I'm very excited that it's today. I am nervous, really, really nervous, meeting her after so many years. Excited, happy, I don't know, I'm shaking.
I'm looking forward to seeing her again, most of all because I know what she went through, and I need to be sure that despite everything, she's come through it okay, that she can see and that she's happy and living a normal life. I'm nervous, really nervous. I can't wait till she comes in.
Hi.
It's lovely to see you.
It's lovely to see you.
You look amazing. Don't you? You've grown.
Yeah.
Come and sit down.
Oh, you look just the same.
Really?
Yes, you're an angel. Yes, you are.
My daughter doesn't think so, I assure you.
Oh, you are.
There are two others who want to meet Marigonna today. Surgeon Christopher Liu, who performed the operation on her eyes.
Hi, Marigonna.
And Sally's fellow aid worker Mike, who helped find her among the thousands of refugees. He's brought along photos of her while she was inside the camp.
They were all there saying goodbye, all the people in the camp.
So brave.
I would really like to thank you all for everything that you have done for me and for helping everyone in Kosovo. I'm really, really thankful to you all. That was amazing, really, really amazing. It's like one of my dreams just came true. It's amazing, I'm very, very happy.
Right.
There's another reason Marigonna's surgeon is seeing her today. It's been so long since the operation, he wants to check if any new cataracts are developing. Patients who have them in childhood are at risk of glaucoma in later life.
Look straight, please. Left a little. Well done. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's good news.
The implant is in the right place. It's been a success. Very well done.
Thank you.
Marigonna's visit ends with a celebratory family dinner at the surgeon's home. In the 16 years since she was last here, the sick and frightened child has matured into a healthy and happy adult.
It's hard to believe that that 3-year-old little tomboy with sticky out ears is that poised, elegant, beautiful young woman that we've seen today. You don't get days like this often in a lifetime. She deserved to have a better life. She deserved to survive, and she might not have. So I just thank goodness that I was there that day.
It's the best day of my life, and I'm sure I will always remember it.